Second?
Berenger will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Okay, next order of business is the due process hearing on the 305 North Main Street, SBL 201-5-11. Just for the point of reference, the due process hearing is being held this evening at August 20th, 2024, at 7 p.m. in the boardroom at the Village of Monroe, 7 Stage Road, Monroe, New York. The hearing is being held to review the violation issued by the Village of Monroe Building Department on the following property within the Village of Monroe, 305 North Main Street, tax map 201-5-11, as per Village Code, Section 155A, 6E, general requirements. All land must be kept free of dead or dying trees and accumulations of brush, shrubs, weeds, grass, stumps, roots, excessive and/or noxious growth, garbage, refuge, or debris which would either tend to start a fire or increase the intensity of a fire already started, or cause poisoning or irritation to people or animals, or cause or tend to cause or enhance an unhealthy or dangerous or obnoxious condition on said property or an adjacent or neighboring property. The specific violation is large amounts of garbage and debris throughout the property, in the woods behind the building, and along the streets. I need a motion to open this due process hearing.
O'Connor will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger,
Ferraro,
aye.
I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. The public hearing is open. Anyone wishing upon this issue to speak, please come up to the mic and give us your name, and you will be heard.
You might just note that no one's in the audience.
Council has advised me I should note for the public's knowledge that there is nobody in attendance for this hearing.
And so
And
no one
having
will-
said that, I need a motion to close the due process hearing.
Ferraro, make the motion.
O'Connor will second.
Call the question?
Berenger,
Ferraro,
aye.
I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is a due process hearing at 160 Stage Road, SBL 212-6-11.1. A due process hearing is being held Tuesday, August 20, 2024, at 7 p.m. in the boardroom in the Village Hall, 7 Stage Road, Monroe, New York. The hearing is held to review the violation issued by the Village of Monroe Building Department on the following property within the Village of Monroe: 160 Stage Road, tax map 212-6-11.1, as per Village Code, Section 155A-6E, general requirements. All land must be kept free of dead or dying trees and accumulation of brush, shrubs, weeds, grass, stumps, roots, excessive and/or noxious growth, garbage, refuge, and/or debris which would either tend to start a fire or increase the intensity of a fire already started, or cause poisoning or irritation to people or animals, or cause or enhance an unhealthy or dangerous or obnoxious condition on said property or any adjacent neighboring property. The specific violation is large dead tree branches on the Maple Avenue side of the property. I need a motion to go into this due process hearing.
O'Connor will make the motion.
Berenger will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. The due process hearing is open. Again, for the public's information, there is no one here on behalf of 160 Stage Road. So I need a motion to close the due process hearing.
Ferraro, make the motion.
O'Connor will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Thank you. Next order of business is the department reports. I need a motion to accept the department reports as submitted by the department heads. And
Ferraro,
submitted
make
to
the
clerk.
motion.
O'Connor will second.
Any discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Thank you. Next order of business is the meeting minutes of July 16th. Meeting minutes. I need a motion to accept the meeting minutes as submitted by the clerk.
Ferraro, make the motion.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried.
No,
Next,
no Dwyer. Were you here?
oh, it's here. Oh, okay. fair enough.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
fair enough. Yeah, I'm never on it, actually.
All right, next.
Okay, next order of business is the approval of the minutes from July 26th special board meeting. I need a motion to accept those meeting minutes.
O'Connor will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Okay, call the question?
Berenger, abstain.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Thank you.
He was on that one.
Okay. Next order of business is the budgetary transfers and modifications. Resolve the Board of Trustees authorize the Treasurer to make the following fund transfers, modifications to balance the budget. A 2709 employee contributions from to a 9060.8 thousand, health insurance $216.85. That was raising the revenue side and expense side regarding employee Debbie Prue, health insurance contribution. Next order was A 3389, other public safety, to A 3120.1350, PD grants, $157,890 was given to the village, to the Monroe PD specifically for their tech grant from the state of New York, which is a really great grant, and thank you for the PD's work on that. I need a motion to accept these modifications as submitted.
Berenger will make the motion.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is the resignation of Nina Morris. Trustee O'Connor.
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees accepts the resignation of Nina Morris from part-time account clerk typist from the Building Department effective August 14th, 2024. The Board wishes Nina well in her future endeavors. I'd like to put this in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Berenger will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye. Thank you. Next order of business, the appointment of Ryan King, part-time dispatcher, Police Department. Trustee Berenger.
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees accepts the recommendation of Chief Guzman and appoint Ryan King to the position of part-time dispatcher at a salary of $25.20 per hour. The required background investigation, physical and drug screening has been completed. The effective date of hire is August 21st, 2024, and I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
O'Connor will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business, a request for fourth sergeant position in the Police Department. Trustee Berenger.
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees accepts the recommendation of Police Chief Guzman to add the position of a fourth police sergeant to ensure the safety and security of our community while maintaining law and order effectively. And I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, Trustee Berenger, police promotion, Melissa Burke, police sergeant.
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees accepts the recommendation of Police Chief Guzman and approves the appointment of Police Officer Melissa Burke to the position of Police Sergeant with an effective date of August 22nd, 2024, at the salary of $116,382. All requirements have been fulfilled in accordance with the Orange County Department of Human Resource Certification of eligible for exam number 75931N, Police Sergeant, and I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Melissa Burke. Next order of business, resolve the Board of Trustees authorize the additional weekend of August 15th through August 18th for the carnival, utilizing the same contract on file in the clerk's office for the Ace Amusement Corp., 59 West Moorland Drive, Yonkers, New York, 10704. I need a motion.
O'Connor will make the motion.
Second.
Berenger will second.
Just for the public's information, the resolution to have the second date was reflective of the poor weather the first carnival date, so we brought in the second time, which didn't improve very much. So, but we try to bring this into the village for the folks, and it was a great effort on part of Trustee Ferraro and Trustee O'Connor and Trustee Berenger, unfortunately, and Trustee Carl. So, I need a motion to accept this amendment here.
Berenger will make the motion.
Second.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, the intermunicipal agreement, the Village of Monroe and the Monroe Woodbury Central School District Resource Officer, SRO, Trustee Berenger.
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees authorize Mayor Dwyer to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the Monroe Woodbury Central School District to provide a school resource officer program in the schools that are within the village's geographical boundaries, which include North Main Elementary, Pine Tree Elementary, and by agreement, Sapphire Elementary. The term of the agreement is from July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025, and is renewed each year upon mutual consent. I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion. Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business, requested travel, NICOM National, Annual, not National, would be nice if it's national. For Mayor Dwyer, resolve the Board of Trustees approve the attendance of Mayor Neil Dwyer at the New York Conference of Mayors and Municipal Officials Annual.
Didn't we skip one?
Yeah, cross.
The hydraulic.
6B.
6B.
Link
I
Tully.
apologize. I apologize. Let's step back. Okay, next order is the cross-section survey and hydraulic analysis of Mapes Brook by Lankin Tully. Resolve the Board of Trustees authorize Mayor Dwyer to sign the proposal with Lankin Tully, including the scope of services and fees to perform partial boundary and strip topographic surveys and mapping for a portion of Smith Clove Park, tax map 208-1-1 along the drainage route for Mapes Brook within Smith Clove Park in an amount not to exceed $10,000, and we would allocate that from budget line A 7145.4500, Monroe Joint Park Recreation Commission contractual. And just for the public's knowledge, we've had significant amounts of rain, and as development happens, the water is trickling into this stream, which comes from the other end of the park and beyond into another part of the village and from the town. And as that water, the hydrological area of those waters begin to grow, it all winds up at the park. So we can't sustain it. So we're looking to see what exactly are we getting into the creek, and how do we get it across Spring Street and down into the Ramapo Inlet. So that's what this is about. So I need a motion.
Berenger will make the motion.
Second,
O'Connor will second.
call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, trustee O'Connor, request to, oh, excuse me, hold on, sorry. We did that. Okay, authorization agreement for Goldberger and Kremer, labor relations
No.
attorney.
No, we want to go now to the one.
Nikon.
Now we go to the
Now you go
Nikon.
to
Didn't
Nikon.
finish it.
I didn't finish it.
No.
No, sorry.
You guys are really disturbing me here.
I know, we got a lawyer here that's not skipping a beat.
Request to travel, NICOM annual meeting. Resolve, the Board of Trustees approves the attendance of Mayor Neil Dwyer at the New York Conference of Mayors and Municipal Officials annual meeting at the Saratoga Hilton, Saratoga Springs, from September 16th through the 20th. Approximate total cost for the conference, including program fees and hotel stay, is $1,186 and shall be allocated from the budget line A 1210.4100, Mayor General Expense. The personal vehicle will be used and a voucher will be submitted for mileage reimbursement. I need a motion.
O'Connor will make the motion.
Second,
Ferraro, second.
discussion, call the question.
Berenger,
Ferraro,
aye.
I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, trustee O'Connor.
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees authorizes Mayor Dwyer to sign an agreement with Goldberger and Kremer Labor Relations Attorneys and Consultants located at 50 Beaver Street, Suite 204, Albany, New York, for a term of July 22nd, 2024 through December 31st, 2026. The Village of Monroe may terminate this agreement earlier than December 31st, 2026 upon 30 days written notice from the Village of Monroe to Goldberger and Kremer. I'd like to put this in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Berenger will, second for discussion.
Yep.
I just wanted, I know we've been working with another firm for years, but for the police, contract since January, we've been talking about this. I just want to make sure that we're continuing, because now we have a new firm. Are we still continuing? Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure. So after we're done with that, are we then just using this firm?
No,
Okay, we just want a second.
Just another one in
just
the,
another one. A
Stable.
stable of attorneys that I think can help us in specific areas. The police negotiations by default have gone historically, since I'm on the board, since 2014, through the firm that we currently have, and we're now on our third group of attorneys. I think the level of expertise by this other firm on matters other than police negotiations were important. So, based on that, I made the recommendation to the board.
Okay.
Okay, we call the question. I need to call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is the payment authorization for the Sludge Lagoon reconstruction project. Trustee Ferrara.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees accepts the recommendation of Village Engineer John O'Rourke, P.E., and approves payment number 2 submitted by A-Tech Concrete Company, Inc. for the Sludge Lagoon reconstruction project in the amount of $22,365.50. All documentations have been reviewed and found complete. Mayor Dwyer is hereby authorized to sign the voucher for payment, and I'll put that in the form of Motion.
Second, please.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Okay,
Property maintenance.
yeah, so I'm just checking right now, we just pause 1 second.
Okay.
Why don't we come back to that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, this here was supposed to be put on hold, wasn't it?
Which 6G?
Which one?
6G.
G?
I thought it did.
Defense, okay. Okay, so tabled.
So, yeah, so let me just, hang on 1 second. I'm gonna just read through it so we can get up to speed for everybody. The Water Department received 3 bids for the purchase of fencing for the water plant located at 76 Woodcock Road, Monroe, and the Water Plant Road Gatehouse Built-Well Fence Company, Monroe, New York, bid 23,184, Ketchum bid 24,134, and Protection bid 38,130. I resolve the Board of Trustees accepts the recommendation of Ernie Mabey, water plant operator, and awards the bid to purchase fencing for 76 Woodcock Road and the Water Plant Road Gatehouse from Built-Well Fence Company in an amount of 23,184 to be allocated from budget line F 8340.4520, purification building maintenance in the amount of $17,323, and F 8320.4500, source contractual in the amount of $5,861. So just to bring the board up to speed on this, because I just kind of got onto this the other day, so I haven't had an honest chance to look at it. There's 2 projects. The one project is up at the reservoir. There's a fence up there that has a gate to it, and it's very difficult to maneuver the equipment from the DPW crew through that gate. So they want a widened gate to allow that when it opens, that it's easier to get equipment and heavy machines in and out. So it's perfectly sound. The question is, or the concern I have, is that the top bid has to do with the water plant on Woodcock, and the bottom has to do with the bid for the gatehouse. So honestly, at this point, I mean, it's 2 weeks to our next meeting. I'd like to do a little more diligence. Because, so for instance, we have a lot of fencing, we have a lot of poles, we have a lot of parts up at the reservoir, up at the water plant, and I want to repurpose them. There's no reason to get rid of them. They were there, they was up until we did the project, and when we did the project, all this stuff came down. Why can't it just go back? So I made that inquiry and I asked them to do that, and I think they've done it to a certain extent, but they're not including other pieces that I think should be included. So I just think there's a little more work that has to get done here, that they're not including in the project. And I don't know how, like, for instance, when I asked, what are you repurposing? They said, well, we're gonna repurpose this, 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 and this. Okay, so your bid should reflect, this is the job, these are the credits on the site, this is the job cost. And I don't have that, I just have a cost. So for all, I just don't know if it's competitive or what it is. So I think it's important that we have a chance to go through it. I spoke with Ernie about it yesterday. So I think we should table this until September 3rd. Everybody understand and agree?
Yep.
Why I'm at that? Andy? Yeah. Okay. Next order of business is the,
H, water payment plan.
oh, okay, before we do that, let's go back, I just got it clear on that. Let's go back to the due process hearing on 160.
305,
North.
305 North Main.
Okay. I'm sorry, he gave me the wrong one. Okay, let's continue on, I'll come back.
Okay.
All right, next one is water payment account. The water department received a letter from the water account customer 10084. She is requesting a 4-month payment plan due to a leak for the water account totaling $859.52. She would be responsible for monthly installments of $214.88 payable the last day of every month. The resolution would be that we resolve the Board of Trustees approves the payment plan for town water account 1,10084, giving her the opportunity to pay her outstanding balance of $859.52 over a period of 4 months, with equal monthly payments of $214.88 due on the last day of each month, with the balances to be paid fully by November 30, 2024. The regular quarterly bill must also be paid by its due date, otherwise the installment agreement will be in default and the full payment plus all ceased penalties will be due at the time and water service will be terminated immediately. And that's fully in the agreement, including the termination, correct? Because this account is in the village? So can we terminate? Okay. Okay.
You just can't re-levy because it's in the town.
Account, right, exactly. Okay, so what say the board?
I think it's acceptable to, I know times are tough, and dividing them up, if it makes it easier for her to pay it, I don't see why we wouldn't do that.
Has she always paid her bill on time?
I think she put a history on that, but I think that she had a leak and this was,
No, I understand, but previous to this, has she always paid on time? Okay, all right, just a question.
Want to do me a favor? If you could maybe, somebody do it for me. I'm busy with this meeting. You can look it up. You want to look it up now, or do you want to contingent upon? I don't know.
Will it make a difference?
Well, yeah, I mean, if she's, well, in this case, it's a known leak. It's not that she purposely didn't pay.
this is her first one, well, that I know of, because she had no penalty on the past.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
All right.
That's good
All
enough
right,
for
so
me.
that's fine, and then
That's fine.
everything else will default back into it if she doesn't make the payment plus the quarter.
Yep.
Okay.
Trustee Berenger, you were in favor of that?
Yes.
Trustee Ferraro?
Flowers?
Yep.
Did you make a
Yeah,
motion?
sorry.
No, we have to make the motion.
Okay, so I make a motion that we accept her to make those payments of
plans.
the payment plan to be paid in full by November 30th, 2024. It's a balance of $859.52, but she'll pay $214.88
And I'll
over a
second.
period of 4 months.
I'll second it.
Okay, any further discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. So you'll let them know, you'll carry on with you, okay? All right, next order of business is the 305, I want to go back to that due process hearing. I just got the clearance on that, if you indulge me. Okay, so 305 North Main. As per the Village Code, Article 1, Section 155A-6E, failure to control trash and rubbish, all land must be kept free of dead, dying trees and accumulation of brush, shrubs, weeds, grass, stumps, roots, not stamps. Rudes, excessive and obnoxious growths, garbage, refuse, or debris which would either tend to start a fire or increase the intensity of a fire already started or cause poisoning or irritation to people or animals, or cause or tend to cause or enhance an unhealthy or dangerous or obnoxious condition on said property or an adjacent or neighboring property. The specific violation is large amounts of garbage and debris throughout the property, in the woods, behind the building, and along the street. There has been failure to remedy. And whereas longstanding violations of the Village of Monroe Property Maintenance Law, Chapter 155A-6C of the Village of Monroe Code have existed at 305 North Main Street, Village of Monroe, New York, designated as tax map SBL 201-5-11, and whereas the property owners have been given proper lawful notice of said violation and have been directed to correct the violations, and whereas the property owner was given a due notice of a due process hearing to be held at the Board of Trustees on August 20, 2024 at 7 p.m., and whereas the owner did not appear, and whereas the owner did not take the steps to correct the violation, and the violation still exists, and whereas the Board of Trustees authorized pursuant to Section 155-A8 of the Property Maintenance Law to authorize that the village undertake to remedy such violation at the property owner's expense and cost. Be it further resolved that the village clerk shall mail a certified copy of this resolution be mailed to the property owner via certified mail. It be it further resolved that any violation that remains uncorrected on the property as of today, August 20th, 2024, the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the village, its contractors, or agents to enter upon the property to correct the aforesaid violation, and that all costs incurred by the village, including administrative, legal, and corrective costs, be charged to the property owner, and such charge shall be added to the tax bill of the property owner if not paid within 30 days of notification to the last known address of the property owner as shown on the village tax records. I need a motion to adopt this resolution.
O'Connor will make the motion.
Second,
Berenger will second.
discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Okay, next order of business is authorization, Play by Design LLC, Airplane Park, trustee Ferrara.
Resolved, the Board of Trustees authorizes Mayor Dwyer to enter into an agreement with Play by Design Playgrounds for the assistance in creating a custom-designed creative playground. Play by Design will provide the custom design and all associated materials and components, project management, and construction supervision. The Village of Monroe will provide all local materials, supplies, tools, and volunteer labor to prepare the site and construct the playground. The playground will be designed in accordance with the ASTM and CPSC guidelines and safety standards for public playgrounds, as well as the requirements of the Americans with Disabilities Act accessibility guidelines. This will be allocated from budget line A 7110.2000, Parks Crane Park improvements in an amount not to exceed $66,500, and I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Can I get a second, please?
O'Connor.
Sorry.
Go ahead. O'Connor will second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is a criminal justice law enforcement requirement equipment grant award, trustee Berenger.
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees accepts the grant awarded to the Monroe Police Department through the New York State Division of Criminal Justice under the Law Enforcement Equipment Program in the amount of $12,390. The grant will be used to replace the LiveScan fingerprinting machine that was damaged by a person in custody. I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, Village of Monroe Board of Trustees resolution concerning violation of property maintenance, 160 Stage Road, SBL 212-6-11.1. As per the Village Code, Article 1, Section 155A-6C, failure to control trash and rubbish, all land must be kept free of dead, dying trees and accumulation of brush, shrubs, weeds, grass, stumps, roots, excessive and/or noxious growth, garbage, refuse, or debris which would either tend to start a fire or increase the intensity of a fire already started, or cause poisoning or irritation to people or animals, or cause or tend to cause or enhance an unhealthy or dangerous or obnoxious condition on said property or an adjacent or neighboring property. The specific violation is large dead tree branches on the Maple Avenue side of the property. Whereas the longstanding violations of the Village Property Maintenance Code, Chapter 155A-6E of the Village Code, have existed at 160 Stage Road, Village of Monroe, New York, 10950, designated as tax map SBL 212-6-11.1, and whereas the property owner has been given proper and lawful notice of said violation and have been directed to correct the violations, and whereas the property owner was giving due process notice of a hearing that was to be held this evening at 7 p.m., and whereas the owner did not appear, and whereas the owner has not taken the steps to correct the violation, and the violation in fact still exists, and whereas the Board of Trustees is authorized pursuant to Section 155-A8 of the Property Maintenance Law to authorize that the village undertake to remedy such violation of the property at the owner's cost and expense. Be it further resolved that the village clerk mail a certified copy of this resolution to the mail, be mailed to the property owner via certified mail. Be it further resolved that any violation that remains uncorrected on the property as of today, August 20, 2024, the Board of Trustees hereby authorize the village, its contractors, or agents to enter upon the property to correct the aforesaid violation, and that all costs incurred by the village, including administrative, legal, and corrective costs, will be charged to the property owner, and such charge will be added to the tax bill of the village, of the property owner, if not paid within 30 days of the notification to the last known address of the property owner as shown on the village tax map records. I need a motion to adopt this resolution.
O'Connor, I'll make the motion.
Second.
Berenger will second.
Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. All right, next order of business is the lease of police vehicles, 2024 Dodge Durangos.
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the lease of 2 black Dodge Durangos, VIN number 1C4RDJDG3RC167277 and VIN number 1C4RDJDG3RC161768 from Franklin Sussex Auto Mall, Inc. The 39-month lease will have monthly payments of $305.83 per month per vehicle, with a $12,000 down payment per vehicle to be allocated from budget line A.1 3120.230 PD motor vehicles. And I'd like to put this in the form of a motion.
A second, please.
Ferraro, second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is the 110th Annual Orange County Volunteer Firefighters Association Convention and Parade. Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees approves and supports the 110th Annual Orange County Volunteer Firefighters Association Convention and Parade to be hosted by the Monbassia Fire Company, the Harriman Fire Company, Number One, and the Lakeside Fire Company and Rescue Company. The convention week will begin with the flag-raising ceremony and church service on Sunday, September 21st, 2025, and will conclude with the firefighters' inspection parade on Saturday, September 27th, 2025. The parade committee is in the process of compiling the appropriate event permits and applications. This is a great opportunity to host emergency service agencies from all over Orange County and showcase the Village of Monroe and the greater Monroe area to people throughout the county and state. And I wholeheartedly agree with that, and I need a motion to accept this opportunity.
O'Connor will make the motion.
Second,
Berenger will second.
discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. The next order of business is the introductory local law of 2024, amending chapter 43 of the Village Code, Vehicles and Traffic and scheduling of the public hearing. Village of Monroe, notice of introduction of local law 2024, amending chapter 43 of the Village Code, Vehicles and Traffic. Be resolved that an introductory local law entitled amending chapter 43 of the Village Code at Vehicles and Traffic be hereby introduced by Mayor Dwyer before the Board of Trustees of the Village of Monroe, County of Orange, State of New York, and be it further resolved the copies of the aforesaid proposed local law be laid upon the desk of each member of the Board of Trustees, and be it further resolved that the Board of Trustees shall hold a public hearing on said proposed local law at the Village Hall, 7 Stage Road, Monroe, New York, at 7 p.m. on September 3rd, 2024. And be it further resolved that the village clerk shall publish or cause to be published a public notice in the official newspaper of the Village of Monroe no later than 5 days prior thereto. I need a motion to schedule this public hearing and introduction of local law.
Ferraro, make the motion.
Second,
Berenger will second.
discussion, call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, yay. Okay, I don't have anything. Trustee Berenger, do you have anything?
No, I don't.
Trustee Ferraro?
No.
Trustee O'Connor?
The only thing I was gonna say was how nice the kids were that helped us out at the carnival.
Yeah, they were great.
Just really nice kids.
They were great.
Credit to them and their
And
parents.
their parents, thank you, it's true, I agree with that wholeheartedly. They were
They're
awesome.
fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
And I'll tell you something else that was totally impressive to me, good thing you pointed it out, is we have in the community a Hispanic population that were challenged to ask certain things, inquire, get things, for what they needed for their families. And having these, some of these volunteers, these students, was awesome because they translated and communicated for us.
Yeah.
And they're completely and thoroughly bilingual. They're credits to their parents, their school, and they're gonna do very well in life if they keep their eye on the ball.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm good. Council, do you have anything? Okay, anyone from the public wish to speak? Everybody's good? Okay, that takes care of that. I don't think there's anything for executive, is there?
Good.
Okay, we're all set. I need a motion to close the public hearing.
Ferraro, make the
Public
motion.
meeting.
Berenger will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Great meeting, and I tell you what, we still finished in a good time.